What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you a brand new video today. This one is thanks to Elite Screens for sending out this product. Let's get into this brand new review. I want to tell you all about it. Before we begin, you guys have a job to do. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification. You have 3 things that I want you to take care of. Get those things out of the way, and let's get into this brand new review. This is a screen, all right? So a few months ago, I did a video called laserTV versus ultra short throw projection. Anyways, I'll leave a link up in the right-hand corner for you guys to check that video out. But essentially, I was talking to you about a relatively new technology in the home theater sort of market that I've become very interested in. Since I've moved out here into my own space, I have a basement that I'd be very interested in turning into a home theater. That's the goal for that room downstairs. So I'd like to turn it into a kind of DIY project where I can make some videos about it, similar to what I did with my garage studio rebuild. And I've always wanted a home theater. Now, ultra short throw has been a very interesting technology in my opinion, because I've never been the biggest projection fan, because you need a very specific room for a traditional projector to get a very good quality image. And then large TVs are very expensive. As soon as you get, bigger than 85 inches nowadays, you're spending a ridiculous premium for an actual TV set to get something that big. Even at 85 inches, you're spending a lot of money for a setup. Now, ultra short throw is not necessarily cheaper than an 85-inch TV, but going and picking some of the right components, you have a bit more choice for something larger than 100 inches. And that was the goal. I wanted to get a big screen down in the basement, as large as I possibly could within reason, that would fit and still look good, and go for the ultra short throw / laser TV setup, because I wouldn't have to run cables. I'd get a brighter image because the projector is right in front of the screen. It wouldn't have to be mounted to the ceiling. It just creates a much more user-friendly setup in terms of a traditional projector, or I should say versus a traditional projector, and you get a massive image compared to a TV screen. So I reached out to Elite Screens asking if I could do a review of one of their products, hoping that I would get a projector on board as well, a provider, to review both the projector and the screen. Elite Screens was fantastic. Thank you to Benjamin for being patient with me and also sending out the screen. I'm finally getting you that review video that I promised. I'm super pumped about it. I'm very excited about it. This is something that I'm interested in, and I wanted to share it with you. So I've set up the Elite Screens Aeon CLR ambient light rejecting screen in the 123-inch size. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. We're going to review it, and that will be today's video. So beginning with the unboxing process, obviously you get a very large box with the screen. You unbox it, and there is a bit of setup required. It's not super complicated, but it does take some time, and someone like me who's very particular, I do like to take my time, read the instructions thoroughly, and get a very complete setup, well put together setup as best as I possibly could. In the box, you get a few different pieces. You get the aluminum frame, you get the black edge-free material that goes around the outside to make it look like a TV screen, you get the actual screen material, as well as an LED kit. And of course, all of the necessary hardware is included as well. This did take a while for me to set up, but it's not overly complicated. Like I said, you just need to be very careful and delicate with the pieces in order to assemble the screen properly. You will need 2 people to help put it up on the wall. It is extremely large, so on your own, you won't be able to put the screen up safely without damaging any of the material. And Elite Screens does provide you with documentation to help with that, and they're very big on using 2 people. Once you get the thing set up, there is an LED kit as well. So I've installed mine along the aluminum frame. I'm not 100% happy with the LED kit, if I'm honest. I would have much preferred the glow to go against the back wall only, but because of the way that I installed it, I get some glow against the back wall as well as on the floor, the ceiling, and on the side walls. So eventually I will fix the glow kit or LED kit, just because I'm not 100% happy with the way the glow is being projected off that back wall. But again, that's down to personal preference. You guys can set that up as you will. It comes with a very basic LED kit and a remote where you have a few different brightness settings, a few different colors, and some strobe and lighting effects as well. Now, this screen is part of Elite Screens Aeon CLR series. They have a few different models. So when I was looking at which screen I wanted, they have a CLR, they have a CLR2, and a CLR3. The CLR has a lower gain, and all of this material can be found on Elite Screens' website to understand all of the specs, but the CLR has a 0.6 gain compared to the CLR3, which has a 0.8 gain. Essentially what that means is that the CLR3 will have more light coming off of the screen. It has a higher gain. So the larger the number, the brighter that screen material will be. So 0.6 being less than 0.8 means it won't produce as bright of an image as the CLR3. However, it is slightly less bright, but it has a higher contrast ratio and more light rejection compared to the CLR3. So that's something that you need to understand as well. So understanding the room that you're going to install the screen in plays a big factor in which screen that you're going to choose. Given that I'm installing it in a basement, I do not have a lot of ambient light, and the light that I do have, I can control it, right? Because I'm in a basement, I'm going to set this up very particularly for a theater room eventually, and I'm going to place the lights where I want. I'm going to have them on dimmers. I'd love for it to be all smart lighting, so I can really pinpoint exactly which lights I want on, how bright they are, what color they are, and so on and so forth. So for me, the CLR made more sense. I didn't need the additional brightness because I'm in a room that I can control the light on, and I get the benefit of added contrast and higher ambient light rejection. So in theory, I could have some lights on in my basement and have a better image than the CLR3 because it has more ambient light rejection. So this material is called the Elite Screens Starbright CLR material, and essentially CLR stands for Ceiling Light Rejection. So there's a lot of acronyms that you need to understand. There's the Aeon, which is part of the series. You get that edge-free design. CLR stands for Ceiling Light Rejection, and ALR stands for Ambient Light Rejection. There are ambient light rejection screens that are not necessarily ceiling light rejection screens. So you do need to be a bit careful with that. This one is for an ultra short throw projector, which means that the lights coming from the ceiling will be rejected based on the way the screen material works. The way the screen material accomplishes this is that there are these little ridges designed into the screen material. And the angles of these ridges will either promote light or bounce the light back towards the viewer, or they will reject the light. So because we have these square edges on the top, any bit of light coming from above will be rejected. And we have this nice angled material from the bottom, which means that the laser, the light coming from the laser of the ultra short throw projector, will be bounced off the screen towards the viewer, creating a brighter, much more TV-like image, which is the key here. So I am extremely impressed with the screen. I've added some clips into the video to show you what the projector looks like without a screen and with the screen, but I did want to get a video out there to show you how much of an impact the screen has on your image. Now, of course, the projector that you use will play a role, obviously, in the quality of the image that you get, but the screen is a massive factor. One thing I'd also like to point out is that screens don't necessarily change that much over time. I've read a lot about home theater design, and a user is much more likely to upgrade their projector within a few years as technology changes compared to upgrading their screen. So if you invest in a really good quality screen such as this one, you're gonna get a much better image, you're gonna get a better experience overall, but the screen will not need to be updated as frequently as your projector or any of the other hardware pieces of equipment. The other thing I like about this screen that it does support 3D, it's 8K ready, so depending on your projector, again, this is somewhat future-proof. As technology evolves, as technology becomes more and more accessible to consumers, the screen is already capable of dealing with those potential upgrades. 3D viewing, 4K, 8K viewing, and it's got all of the necessary qualities that I was looking for in my particular room. So if you have a room that you can control the light in, if you want a really bright, punchy image thanks to high contrast, this is the screen to go for, and it does come in a couple of different sizes. You can get it in 103 inches or 123 inches, which is the size that you see here. So overall, I'm super impressed with it. It does create a much more vivid, punchy, very cool experience for watching movies, sports, TV shows, whatever it is that you like to watch. If you have a room that you are interested in dedicating towards this sort of home theater viewing experience, the screen is going to add so much value to your setup, and it will be something that you can evolve with over time. You're not going to have to upgrade it as much. So I'm very, very impressed. This is definitely the screen for me. I like the fixed frame look. I didn't want something that was motorized coming down from the ceiling or up from the floor. I wanted something that looked like a TV. So this edge-free design with the LED kit and the overall aesthetic of the screen definitely helps make this screen look a lot more like a TV. And I've had people come over and watch something with me and not even know where the image was coming from. I've had people ask, is that a TV? That's not a projector. They're just confused. They don't know that much about this technology yet, and it's very, very TV-like for a fraction of what a 123-inch television would actually cost. So it is expensive. I'm not saying that this is a cheap solution. It's a very high-quality solution that's still going to cost you a little bit of money. However, it is getting you to 123 inches at a fraction of the cost of what a TV might be. So that's my review. I'm very interested in seeing what you guys think. I'm a huge fan of the screen. Thanks to Elite Screens for sponsoring the video, for sending that out. It is so cool to have a home theater in your basement. It's only the beginning. I can't wait until I get this screen set up properly in the vision that I have, getting this room dialed in to be a true home theater. But until then, let me know what you guys think. Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports. I'm signing off for now. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks to Elite Screens. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.